It won't be a long presentation because I would like just to demonstrate a small feature that we have recently developed for LibreOffice Online or Collabora Online, if you like. So Michael has already mentioned it. It is the Vereign toolbar in LibreOffice Online. So just a quick introduction about the companies involved. So you probably have heard about Collabora Productivity Limited. A lot of presenters gave talks in this dev room. The other company, the Vereign, is the Mosaic word, verified and sovereign. It's a Swiss open source startup who develops these authentic communication solutions, including email and document signatures and some blockchain-enabled technology in the background. So far, they have released a plugin for Google Mail, and this toolbar for Collabora Online is in the works and will be released soon. And there are plans to extend the work to the desktop LibreOffice for document signature. So, what's the point? What was the motivation for developing this feature? So maybe some of you have already used solutions like DocuSign, which is a company which digitally signs PDF, and somehow parties trust this signature, so you can circulate around electronic documents and without the need of actually sign a paper and circulate it with by physical means. So I often get contracts and so some other documents signed with DocuSign, and it is considered as secure as a real signature. So why don't we use the same concept and the same technology within LibreOffice with all of the, well, not all of the, but some of the supported file formats. So this work has some precursors dated back to years, but in the last couple of years, Collabora engineering star Miklos Vajna has improved a lot in the field of document signing. So in terms of the supported file formats, the ODF, OXML and PDF, and also the supported algorithms that these document signatures are using. And last year, another Collabora engineer, Tamás Weingerl, extended this document signing method in order to be able to use with the LibreOffice Kit API. So the first problem that he had to solve, that the document signing in LibreOffice was based on the user interface. So, for example, the user interface asked for the certificate to be used, or prompted the user to save the document before signing, and it was not possible to sign a document by using the API without user interaction. So he some code paths were duplicated, and the answers to those questions were plausibly assumed, and this way probably we avoided regressions in the GUI-based code, but we also have had this possibility to sign documents and verify signatures with the LibreOffice Kit API. So he also wrote extensive tests around it, and it became stable by now. So the next problem that we had to solve is to use this network security services NSS library with the one-time key that Vereign provides. So the problem is that this NSS security library is rather poorly documented. So to be able to sign the document and verify the signature, we need the certificate, which is the public key in this concept, the private key, and the certificate chain for the verification. So normally we reuse these from the Firefox or Thunderbird certificate database, and we didn't have any means to add new certificates and keys to this database. But when we are using the certificates with the LibreOffice Online and the certificates that we get from Vereign, the certificates and the keys has to be added to this database before any action can be performed. So to solve this problem, first we instantiated the NSS database in memory, but we had the problems that in this case some functions that manipulate this database were read-only, so we couldn't add the new certificate to the database. So finally, we just created a temporary database in the temp directory, and we remove this temporary database when we finish the necessary steps, the signature verification or the actual document signing. The next step in the development was the integration of the Vereign library into the LibreOffice Online. It was pretty much straightforward because Vereign provided the integration code, which was a JavaScript library that runs in an iframe, hidden iframe, and it interacts with their servers. So we just had to develop the actual user interface, a toolbar, and some dialogues that helps with the authentication. So there's a selection of the identity, the login, the recovering login from email or from the mobile phone, entering PIN codes, and so on. And on the server side, we implemented a simple WOPI protocol-based communication between us and their server, so we can upload the signed document to their server. So I prepared a small live demonstration, and I would like to go through these steps in order to show you how this thing actually works. So let's check if I have network connection. unfortunately it wasn't very stable during the day, so if I fail, then I have to show you screenshots that I made yesterday. It's maybe less interesting. But the first step that you have to make if you want to try this out, you have to create an account at Vereign, the URL shown there. So I did this before the presentation. And you also need to set up a Collabora online. So sometimes we get the criticism that it's very hard to set up a Collabora online. Therefore, I would like to demonstrate that it's not the case. So it fits into one slide, and you can get a working demo with the Docker technology. So this, in this demonstration, I will use the Nextcloud Docker for the file storage. Of course, on cloud would be equally good. We have both tested and documented on the LibreOffice.com site. So let's see. Okay, it seems I didn't want to show you this. So maybe I have to mirror my screen. Probably it would be the best. Just a moment. Yeah, it's really embarrassing, but I can't find this mirror screen thing. So I will probably put it here. Okay, so here we go. We have this Nextcloud interface, and I created this FOSDEM.odt. So I can type in something. Okay, I can save it. And then I select File and Sign Document. And now the Vereign toolbar appears. And it seems I don't have a network connection, because if I had one, here the login button should have appeared. So I don't have the login button, unfortunately, so I have to go back to my slideshow and show you the pre-canned version of this documentation. I'm sorry. So I selected the sign document. I had the Vereign toolbar with the login button. I press the login button, and I have to enter the PIN code of the device that I set up beforehand. Then I'm logged in. So the toolbar changes, and I have to, my identity is shown on the right side. I have to select the passport that I want to use for signing. So in this Vereign application, they have this passport concept. So you have one identity, which is a set of personal data, and you can have multiple passports that for different purposes, business or family or banking or whatever. And these passports expose only a limited set of personal data that you allow in the Vereign, in your Vereign account. So, for example, if I selected here the email password, which possibly contains my name and email and not other personal data that I didn't want to associate with my email. After that, the toolbar shows the passport that I selected. Then I have to select the file format. I can select ODT, OXML, which is docx, and PDF. Now here I selected the ODT, and after I press the OK button, the document is uploaded. Where? To my Vereign inbox. You can see there this signed ODT on the top, and if you download it, it's a properly signed open document file. There is one limitation though. So, for example, if you open this signed document in LibreOffice, the root, so the certificate chain is not trusted by default. So when this Vereign application will go live, probably their root certificate would be trusted by several parties, and this digital signature would be fully usable then. So I think more or less that was it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If not, then thanks for your attention.